7 months old. That's how old you are now. You've been with us since you were 8 weeks old. You were so tiny back then, so tiny. Now you're so big. So 7 months, or well, 5 months since Sonny moved in with us here. What has happened and how has things been going? In this video we'll talk about just that, and we'll do it chronologically. Let's start with month 1. Sonny was so tiny when he first moved in there with us, but despite being very tiny, he very quickly became very comfortable in his new home, and he also very early on met family and friends, as well as dog friends. Our first month together was, well, rather sleep deprived. I guess that's one way to describe it. Up during night to go out and pee, and sometimes poop, many times per night. But this all paid off, and now whenever he needs to go to the bathroom or to pee or poop, he goes to the door and he sits down and waits until we take him out. But he doesn't make any noises or scratch the door or such, so if we do not see him, he will eventually sometimes still pee inside, so we have to keep an eye on him. Neither my wife Hannah nor I spent any time alone that first month, and well, rarely now as well, but back then even less so. In the bed, Sonny sleeps on the pillow next to us. If we're on the sofa, he sits or lies next to us on the sofa. Whenever I went to the bathroom in the beginning, well, he stayed in my pants.
Hallå Sonny, vad gör du i min byxa?
We also took a lot of photos together. It's already fun to look back at them, I think. After receiving his puppy vaccine, we focused more on being out and about to get Sonny comfortable in different public settings, such as cafes, the town square, our local gym. A lot of fun for both humans and dogs alike. We also faced some difficulties around Christmas. Sonny began to scratch his ears a lot, and they became a bit irritated. We then turned him into Space Dog. That's what we called him anyways, with a cone around his neck. We also went to the vet to, of course, check his ears out. They took some samples from his ears, didn't find anything wrong with them. So we got some anti-inflammatory cream to put on his ears, and eventually the scratching subsided and we could take the cone off, and he was no more Space Dog. And it being around Christmas, Sonny of course received some gifts of his very own. For example, this dog puzzle in which he is supposed to scratch and move the blue flaps or blue doors, but instead he did it in his own special way by physically pulling off and removing each blue door, which also worked of course, and in this picture he looks very proud. Talking about pictures, here's more pictures from our second month together. Winter, oh wonderful winter. I really like the winter months, and so does Sonny as well. We did a lot of things together outside. For example, we went for some cross-country skiing, which did go surprisingly well. Sonny was really good in his very own cross-country skiing trailer, but then unfortunately the snow all disappeared, which kinda sucked because I really like cross-country skiing, and Sonny had just begun to like it as well. But you know, snow or no snow, we spent a lot of time outside either way, and then Sonny suddenly swallowed a polishing cloth, which was not very good. The swallowing part, the polishing cloth was actually quite okay, until it got swallowed by Sonny. Anyways, we had to go to the vet once again, and the vet gave him pancakes, sausages, and other nice tasty foods. Sonny became very happy, but then they gave him a shot, an injection, and then he began to puke up the pancakes, sausages, and other good food, as well as the polishing cloth, which was not that fun for him, but it went okay. The vet said he would probably be very tired after puking up all that stuff, but no, he was not. We got back home and we celebrated the Chinese New Year, and Sonny played a lot with his friend. The winter then sort of came back, so we all watched some cross-country skiing competitions together, and then the winter once again disappeared. It was a rather nice and uneventful month, to be honest, mostly spent with friends and dog friends. Sonny probably had a great time. He also got to experience ice for his first time, and he walked very confidently across the ice. Hannah and I then went for some proper ice skating, which Sonny did not get to join us for. Instead, he spent more time with dog friends. We then traveled by car for 5 hours. Both Hannah and Sonny slept most of the way. I then skied 90 kilometers in the dark. There is another video about that if you want to see how it is to ski 90 kilometers in the dark over at my other channel. Link in the description. But this right here is about dog stuff. Let's talk about dog stuff. At the finish line, Hannah and Sonny awaited my arrival. They were both very cute. Once back home though, we began to practice recall with Sonny. He got to walk on a very long extended leash. And then we tried to call his name and make him run up to us, sit down, and he would receive some treats. And this works surprisingly well, albeit sometimes he decides that smelling whatever he is smelling is more important, but he will eventually go to us if we call him. I guess it's a bit of a breed-specific trait, being a Tibetan Terrier. He can be a bit stubborn and wants to do his own thing, regardless of what we tell him, but usually in the end he listens, so that's good. I guess we have quite a lot to work with there. We have now made it to present time, kind of at least. Is this something you enjoy, by the way? Me rambling on about our dog and our dog life? Perhaps share your own dog life experiences in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. So what have we been up to recently? Well, I've been trying to save my shoes from being eaten. We've found a lot of teeth lying around, and our chair, it looks like it's been attacked by a beaver. Other than that, things have been good. The skis on Sonny's trailer has been replaced by wheels. We've gone to a lot of different places in our car. We bought a new raincoat and a new harness for Sonny. He is getting bigger. He has also gotten a few more vaccines because we will quite soon travel a lot. We'll travel by train in Europe to Berlin, Prague, Vienna, Slovenia, Venice, the Dolomites, to name a few places. I think it's been a bit difficult to source information regarding bringing your dog on trains in Europe because there's different train companies in different countries and different rules, different regulations and all that. So once we get back from traveling in a few months or so, once we're back home, I'll tell you all about it, and hopefully we can make it easier for you if you ever want to travel with your dog by train in Europe. There's quite a few different things to think about. But for now though, thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Hej då!